Yo, what's up everybody? It's great to have you here. Dr. Michael Weir here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I gotta call something to surface here. I was attacked recently. Not me personally, but my head was attacked. For those of you who are maybe new to my channel, maybe don't know me, so here's what I look like before the latest attacking of my hair. Here's what I look like directly after the attack on my head. This is after a couple weeks of grow out. So here's the story. I go to a barbershop. I absolutely love it. I've been going there for years. They're great. They're absolutely fantastic. But each time I go in, I see someone new, and that's fine, because here's what I always usually do is I always usually bring in a picture. So I have on my phone, I have a picture of the hair that I like and how I like it cut, and it was a perfect cut, and I bring that in, I show it to them, I say, this is what I want, let's do this. They say, okay, no problem, they do it, all's well. Here's the problem. The last time I went in and got my hair cut, I was distracted. And I forgot to show him the picture. And she said, well, how do you want it done? I said, I think usually I get a 4 guard. So a guard is like what you put on the razor to, cut it to a certain length. And I said, I think I usually get that on the side, a 4 on the side, and kind of taper it up. And I wear it kind of messy. And she says, okay, no problem. We can get that done. So she's there and I'm distracted. I'm thinking about some things, and she puts the guard on. Totally normal, and typically you start with the sides. So I'm thinking, she's gonna start with the sides and then blend it up and in, and all's well. All of a sudden she goes to the front of my head and goes right down the middle. My eyes get wide, but it was done at this point, right? Like, it's already been done. I got this big stripe down the middle of my head. She didn't start on the side, she started right down the middle, and then she just took it all down to a 4. And it was just a miscommunication. And really, I took fault. That it was my fault. I didn't show her the picture of what I usually want. I didn't give her a guide as to how to cut my hair the way I need it cut. So how can I blame anyone but myself? So my hair's been growing out for a couple weeks now, and it's getting back to where I need it to be, and where I like it to be. I will say, it's pretty amazing to have short hair, because you have to do nothing in the morning. You bald guys, you got it set, really. No hair product. You just wake up and you go. It's pretty fantastic from that point of view. But as this has been growing out, it got me to thinking. And it got me to thinking about this notion of having a guidebook or a way to direct where we want to go. And it got me to thinking about how this is something that I use in my own life on a daily basis for all the different parts of my life, from health to finances, to my career, to family, all these different things. I create what I call a battle plan. And a battle plan is simply this. It's writing down what I want to happen. Simple as that. Now, I got this kind of philosophy, or this technique, and this way of kind of battle planning your life out from some of my mentors. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get them on the phone with us, and I wanted them to share with you guys how to create a battle plan, what a battle plan is, why it's important, and then some action steps about how to get that done. So here's the deal. Let's give them a call, and I'm excited to introduce you to them. So here we go.
Hello.
Hello!
Good.
Hi guys.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
How's it going on here with that?
Good. I love the Christmas tree. Hey, there's a lawn. Okay, so I got to introduce you guys. I was just telling everybody here how I got a bad haircut, and it got me to really thinking about this notion of a battle plan, right? And how me not walking in with a picture of what I wanted turned into this.
It looks good, man. It looks good.
I pay him to say these things. So let me introduce everybody to you guys. So these are two of my longest mentors, and they also happen to be family. This is Tim and Rose Weir. My Uncle Tim is also a chiropractor, just like me. And he has his own TV show. He's written books. He's a pretty cool dude, but the truth of the matter is that my Aunt Rose is the brains and the heart behind the whole thing. He's just the beautiful face. So, thank you. Yeah, it's true. So I thank you guys. Thanks you guys for jumping on real quick with me, because you are the ones that taught me this principle of a battle plan and writing down what you want. So could you explain to everybody what the heck is a battle plan, and how do we use it in our lives?
Well, when you look at, for example, in war, what happens before the soldiers all go out to fight this back, all of the generals and all the leaders get together and they put together a battle plan of how are we going to win the war, at least this one battle, because you don't win every battle.
Of course.
You win the war, but you don't win every battle.
Of course.
So you've got to go in and strategically plan out what you're going to do. And so that's what a battle plan is for life. Listen, so many people go through life and they think they don't have to plan it.
Yeah.
Just kind of going through, this will happen, I guess, Listen, you got to plan this thing, or you're going to get to the end and say, crap.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets me still excited about my job.
Wow.
I've done my job at his office. I guess I've been there about 24 years.
Wow.
So if I can come up with a plan for the week, or if I can start thinking about the job instead of thinking about the hours that I'm going to sit at a desk and collect money,
Yeah.
for example. That's where my energy is going to be. It's going to be with talking with people. It's going to be the number of calls it's going to take me in a week, which is part of my battle plan that I
Yeah.
did not know. I had someone say to me, well, how many calls do you have to make to collect the money that you need to collect in a week? And I was like, I have no clue. Well, how many can you make? So this person helped me start thinking about, oh, here's the plan. Instead of being like, oh my God, I don't know where the money's going to come. Oh gosh, I don't know. How's it going to come in? I just worked my plan.
Wow.
Action, any action. So my action is going to be making the calls and communicating with patients and with insurance companies. If I'm not willing to do that, or if I don't do that successfully, I'm not going to collect money. So then it became a little bit, oh, well, that's my plan. Got it. I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it makes it more tangible, right?
The game. It's something that you plan out, and I tell my staff this all the time. If you're sitting in a football game and you're watching the game and you're wondering who's ahead, who's not ahead, and you say, "Who's ahead? I don't know. We're not keeping score."
Yeah.
We're just playing.
Yeah.
So you've got to plan it out. And I'm going to burst your bubble here, Michael, is that we didn't come up with this.
What?
Yeah.
All this time.
So, I mean, if you look down through the people that really know how to succeed in life, they all come up basically with the same thing. It goes all the way back to the Bible. Habakkuk 2:2 says, plan a thing, and here's the key. Here is the key. Write it down.
Wow.
Make it plain. That changes the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah. And this doesn't just apply to our jobs. This applies to everything, right? This applies to our health. This applies to our families, our finances, the whole thing.
Our health, our weight.
Wow. Wow.
So what happened with your hair?
So I usually have a plan, and the plan is I walk in with a picture of what I want. I show it to her, and she goes, yeah, that's great, I can do that. And she cuts it in that exact way, and I'm always happy. I didn't have a plan. I was telling everybody I was distracted. I was thinking about some other things, and I forgot to show her the picture that I always show. And so I kind of tried to describe, briefly, and she didn't have a plan. She didn't know where she was taking my haircut. So of course this is what ends up happening. But it's that same way with life, right? Like if we're not having and really showing our nervous systems and our spirits where we want to take our lives, we're just at the mercy of whatever happens.
It's interesting, and I don't think it's just Americans. I think it's people. We don't plan. We don't look at the future.
Yep.
I always tell people, look at your grave, look at your funeral, and then work back from there. What do you want that to be like? So, listen, I'll be 65 this year, and that went fast. Every day, I'm up at 4:30.
Wow.
And I'm not a morning person, believe me. I'm not a morning person. But I get up and I study, and I look at things, and that's the time I meditate, that's the time I pray. And that's the time I write down every single freaking day what we want to have happen.
Wow.
It's amazing. You go back and watch it, and it happened.
Wow. I bet that is fun to flip back through the old ones, right? Because you keep them.
Oh, yeah.
You can also do, we've been doing this, and this year we haven't done it as well, but we did like the wind jar, where we have a jar. I made it a pretty jar so that I could have it out on my counter, and it didn't look like, never knows.
Yeah.
So every time we had a win, we would write it down, and we would date it and throw it in there. And so on New Year's Eve, we dumped it on the table, and we had about 6 of our teenagers sit, and they all grabbed one, and they all read it.
Love that.
These things we can do, and we can control some things.
Absolutely.
Especially with COVID, especially with Christmas, especially with the economy, especially with gas prices, we feel like we can't control those things.
Yep.
So we do the practice of what we can control.
Yep.
Well, it's important for you to take responsibility for one thing of doing it, and then accepting what you did do. And probably the biggest fight I have with my Christian friends is, well, if it's the Lord's will, or if it, listen.
Yeah.
Do the gifts and the abilities and the power to make choices.
Yep.
I've been. I don't know about you. I've been created in His image.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely.
He's a planner. He lives out in the future somewhere. Going, and he's pointing out there and saying, that's where I'm going, and that's what we have to do in life.
Wow. That's powerful. Now, this is such an important part of your lives. You guys actually wrote a book, right? A guidebook, a battle plan book. And you can get it on Amazon. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description for everybody so they can go grab one of these, because it's absolutely amazing, and I've done it. And it's a 365 day just book where you go in and you just battle plan. You write it down, and it's a guide, so you guide people about how to write these things down, because sometimes it is hard to sit there and go, I don't know where to start with this stuff.
Right.
So to have a guide is really, really important. So go check that out, everybody. Like right now, go check the link in the description. Go buy one. It's really, really fantastic. But Rose, how can people start? If somebody's watching this right now, which I don't think anyone is. I think literally it's the 3 of us that are going to watch this thing. No, but if someone does, right now, how can they start this?
I start every day with being thankful. So I always write down things that I'm thankful for, and the more I write down, the more I find. And then I think about my family, because that's the most important to me. So I write about my awesome children and what they're going to be in life, and that kind of motivates me and makes me feel good. And then I always write about our business, because every day my plan is to go into that office and not only to help people get well. That's the motivator behind life, really. If you can't help children and people in your lives, then you're going to burn out.
Yeah.
It's not just about the money. The money's important because we want to be able to give and to do other things.
Of course.
I don't know. I just am a book person, and I write all the time. I was thinking about January. I'm already it seems like at Christmas time, Tim and I are the 1st of December, we're in January, what are we going to do? We're going to change this. And actually, we've started changing some things in our office already. actually have exactly, we went ahead of the timeline
Yeah.
and do it.
Yeah.
And then back, and I leave a little space in front of whatever I write, and then I go back and write the word when. And that really helped me see, oh wow, that happened. Because you will forget and you will think you didn't write it.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, I wrote that down for that to happen by Friday, December, whatever today is. And then it happened 2 days before, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. So that encourages me, and I feel like I can more in control. Because as I was saying, there's things we can't control. And I had one of my employees today write a battle plan, and one of the things it says is to find out what is holding you back. That was the last. Formulate a plan if something is not working or what's holding you back, your numbers back, or this was missed appointments, by the way. And so she wrote down things that cause missed appointments: COVID, weather, flat tires, people being out of town. And I was like, no, those are things you can't control. I want you what you can control.
Wow.
Policy. You can control putting the patient with the doctor and having them sit down and talk about their schedule.
Absolutely.
You can that when they come in that door, you're just going to say, how can I help you get you back on schedule, because I am interested in you getting well.
Of course.
Those little things, instead of thinking about the problems, you think about the things that you are able to do. Forget about that. That stuff is going to go away, or it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So either somebody's going to always have a car that has a flat and they can't get in. So those things are like always about what you can control, even if it's the little things like you can clean, you can pick up, you can make your area beautiful so that you want to be there.
But it's back to what you said, Tim, is the responsibility, right? It's bringing the responsibility back into our control. Otherwise, we're spinning, because there are a lot of things that are out of our control, but there's far more that are in our control.
Right.
And I love that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we love Napoleon Hill, by the way.
Yeah.
And he always talks about, first of all, you got to start out with why are you here? What's your major purpose in life? And once you discover that, then you look at everything that you do, and you say, does this help or hinder my major purpose? Is this going to take me closer to my definite major purpose, or is it not? And so those are the things that you look at. When I write down my goals, when I write down what I want to do, is this going to take me closer to it or further away from it? And realizing that it's me. It's not her.
Yeah.
It's not my mom, it's not my dad, it's none of those people. It's me. What am I doing? And if I'm not, my TV show, I've always said, life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. So if I'm not happy with where I'm at today, I got to quit looking at what I did today. I got to look at what I did 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
So this whole thing about going forward is all about choice. That's exactly all it is. It's nothing more than that.
Yep.
Sometimes we try to make it too hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I really love spirit, because as you sit and suddenly you're planning your day, and suddenly you feel spirit talking to you and moving you into a certain direction, and it's a matter of us learning how to listen to that still small voice, because all God is interested in is your future and the dreams and the plans, the purposes I placed in your heart, the scripture says.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and that's part of it too. I did a video not long ago where I was talking about ways to actively meditate, right? But just that you have to find time to be quiet, or else you're not going to hear that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not at 4:30 in the morning.
Sure.
We start
Our office opens really early.
Really early.
Yeah.
So I have a 30-minute window to sit and do that, and I like doing that. I like having my coffee. I like sitting. It's one of my favorite times of the day. There's no one up. He's in one end of the house and I'm in the other, because we just kind of like being alone.
Yeah.
So, and there's no real rules. I mean, you might
Sure.
take 10 minutes, but you might take 15. You might decide that you really like this book. I study some books, and then I go back and mark them up, and then I study your book. from wherever I want to go, whatever makes me feel good that day. There are days when I don't feel like it.
Sure.
And you know what? The habit is what drives you to keep doing it. Habits.
Absolutely.
So it is a habit, and when I don't do it, I've had a day here and there where I woke up too late or something happened, or, you know, we woke up one morning and we had a flood in our kitchen, and that I didn't get to do all that this morning, but oh well, it's a bump in the road.
Yep.
You just pick up, just wipe the floor off, and just go to work and go from there.
Exactly. I love that.
The ability to, we live in a very noisy society.
Oh yeah.
We live in a society where you think you have to have headphones on and you have to have some music playing, or I love my Christian friends who want the latest teaching tape. They say faith comes by hearing the word. The interesting thing about that scripture is it says faith cometh by hearing the Rhema word. And the Rhema word is the spoken word from God. It's not the Bible. It's the spoken word from God. And so, can you imagine how it builds your faith if you're at a gas station gassing up your car and you hear that still small voice that says the lady next to you doesn't have any money but she needs gas, and you go over and say, this sounds really weird, but can I fill up your car for you? And she breaks down and cries and tells you the story. It begins to build up your faith in you that I can't myself. And all of life is just hearing from God.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. And holy smokes, we got a lot to chew on. But seriously, everybody, go check out their book. It's so amazing. And thank you guys.
You're awesome, man.
I love you guys. I love you.
Wow, how great was that? Holy cow. They are just fountains of wisdom, and just been such a blessing to me in my life as mentors in my life and in all things. I'm just so thankful for Tim and Rose. So thank you guys for being on with us. And if you guys have any questions for them, put them in the comments. I'll pass them on. We'll get them answered. Hey, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, do it. Again, we talk all things about health and about life and how we want to live longer, but not just longer, but live better. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications button. We'll see you on the next video.